What's good, Sean Too Smooth Gang? It's your boy Sean Too Smooth, back with another reaction video, baby. And today we're back with some more Burden, man. This is True Story, the official music video. Y'all said to go ahead and check this out. It will be Heat Fire Caliente, so I'm gonna go ahead and take y'all word for it. We're gonna go ahead and get into this action, man. But before we get into it, comment down below any of the videos you want your boy to check out, like, and subscribe. So that way we can get that road to 5K, man. Those likes help push out to more people. You know, YouTube love that engagement. Subscribing if you're brand new, if you enjoy me, the video, or my reaction to the video, helps give me that extra motivation to keep going and get to 5K, because we need to get 5K by the end of the year. I love to do it by the end of the summer. We honestly probably could. If y'all really throw this thing out there, y'all really hit that sub button. I mean, it's free anyway. Why not? Free entertainment, free music videos that you probably wouldn't even check out any other time, and it kind of gives you an excuse to check out some new music, maybe find some new things you might download and rock out with your boy. So, just throwing out the pros. The cons, there are none. You know what I'm saying? Bars. But let's go ahead and get straight to this heat and see if he got any bars with this true story, and get to y'all with a little music video. Let's get it. Got a little like cartoonish thing. I rock with it.
I got these memories of when I was only 8. Bedroom door was locked, my mom was being beat and screaming rape. Can he open the door? I want to, but I can't. In a boyfriend's trailer in the living room, his roommate doing crank. What the f are you doing? My mom was crying for him.
Oh, hold on. I already see we about to be on some real. So, hey, look, I'm going to tell you now. Normally I'll be on my joking and entertainment. That's out the window. We might have to be on some real spill real quick. And this is traumatizing. Like, obviously it's traumatizing for his mom because she's the one going through it. But, bro, I feel like it's a little bit more. It's traumatizing for women, right? Because I feel like, you know, I could be wrong. You know, I could be paraphrasing wrong. Women, you know, let me know. But I feel like it's traumatizing for you guys just because, like, you think that could happen to you. You think that's normal, especially at a young age. Like, that's where the daddy issues kind of come into effect that people talk about, like, and women that, like, are into, like, the more aggressive or the older type of dude. That kind of stuff can come into play. But it's so much more traumatizing from a male standpoint because it attacks your ego. You were supposed to be the man in the house. You're supposed to be the protector. You're supposed to be able to protect your mom. That's all you want to do as a boy growing up, especially in a single mother home. And, you know, I think he said stepdad. So like he kind of came in late. So in a single mother home, really, all you want to do is protect your mom. And like you said, he couldn't even open the door to go out help. She's crying for help. She couldn't get the door to help. Like that, it hurts your ego. It hurts your pride. It hurts your ability to be strong within yourself. I couldn't protect the one woman that I was put on this earth to protect. It messes with you so much mentally, and then obviously, you know, it has the other altercations of like kind of like same sort of thing with the women. Like, is this how I'm supposed to act? Man? Am I supposed to treat women like this? Or vice versa, you become too passive because girls do like a little man that can take control, but you become too passive because you never want to get to that point, and you're afraid it might get to that point. You start being a little aggressive. It just puts you in this whole mind messed up situation. So like that's why I really question like some men's decisions, bro. Like when you be doing stuff like this, like. Hey, like, I mean, if you've grown, if you've really truly grown and you've done something like that before, if you've been the man part of the DV, you know, talk about your growth, you know, help other people that might be, you know, in that mindset or like, you don't just laugh it off. You hear your homie be like, man, she's being so mad. Sometimes I just want to hit her. Like, nah, bro, like that ain't even cool to joke about. That ain't cool to mention. You shouldn't even be having those thoughts. My girl made me mad. I just want to walk out the room and go listen to music. My girl made me mad. I want to go for a little drive, go hoop for a little bit, get out the house. I've never had a situation where somebody's pissed me off, a female's pissed me off, and my first reaction was, man, I wish I could hit her. She lucky she. What? That's a major red flag there because that I wish I could. Trust me, you get mad enough, it's gonna come out. There are levels of anger where you can't control your thoughts no more. Whatever you're thinking is going to happen. So if you're having those thoughts controlled, uncontrolled, you're just gonna have those actions, and those actions gonna lead to jail time. And if I hear about those inmates when they be coming out telling their stories on TikToks, they don't take too kindly to domestic violence. Just saying.
That's when I learned what a coward was, something I never felt. I dialed 911 and I left the phone by itself. I wish that I had a gun, cause I would have sent them to hell. Sent everybody to hell. And I remember the cops came and took them away. Tears in my mama's face, Lord knows how bad they must take. And every time I think about it up to this day, the helpless little kid I was, it throws me into a rage. Spoke to my pops when I was 5. On the phone, I ain't know him as dad, so I called him Clyde. Guess me calling him by his name, it must have hurt his pride. All I heard was click, and that's the last I heard from him in life. But that ain't.
Hey, look, that's another thing that I'm not so much. This video gonna be long, y'all. I'm sorry. I gotta speak that real though, so I hope y'all appreciate it. I'm gonna try to keep stuff brief. You cannot be mad at your kid if they do not call you dad, especially if you were not around. Because obviously that is your choice that you chose not to be around. And they have no obligation to call you dad or mom if you are not acting like a dad or mom. Let's get that out the way. That is old school thinking. If you are not truly acting like a dad or a mom, if you are not doing everything you can to provide the best life for them, and your decisions aren't based upon them, and you are acting in a way that is not fatherly or motherly, you don't deserve that title. Just as much as respect should be earned, not given, titles should be earned, not given. Why do you think we have talking stages before you start dating and calling your girlfriend? You become boyfriend or girlfriend before you ask them to marry you, before you call them husband and wife. You have to earn titles in life. You go to a job, you start out at the bottom, you want to get up here to senior executive. You have to earn that title. So why should you be given the title of mom or dad just because you came out? Now, obviously, teach them, mom, dad, stuff like that. But if you walk out that life, if I'm having to call you on the phone just to talk to you, and you ain't coming home, your name ain't dad no more. Because you are not acting like a dad. Your name is not dad no more. Now, if we build that relationship back up, you start acting like a dad again, that might come back. Those feelings might come back. But if you are not hurt in your situation, acting in that right, you have lost that title. It's like getting fired from a job. Point blank, period. That's how I feel about it, though. Y'all can disagree with me down in the comment section, though. That's how I feel about it.
And one day I wrapped that rope around my neck and started hanging. What the fuck was I thinking? Mama see me through the window, she ran outside and saved me. Can't believe I really almost made her bury her baby. Blame it on rap music. Yeah, too much Slim Shady. Swear to God, I used to go to church and feel like they hate me. But none of that was awful. It's the night I lost Austin, and it's been so long. I never put this in a song like this. No, I never thought I'd break it down like this. No, so me and him were homies, like everyday homies, like wake up every morning, probably calling, coming over, like then we need some come up, like then we need some money, like hustle, 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 things were finally going right into the night.
Oh, we got to get into another serious one. Can I just say that though too, real quick? If you do have those suicidal thoughts, you have that depression, that is another thing that like has helped me with my depression too. It's like, think about the people that do care about you. Even if you feel like nobody cares about you. Just for a second, put yourself in like your mom's, your dad's, your siblings' shoes, and just imagine what it would be like for them to have to bury you. If you can go through that and you can come out of that with a positive outlook, I promise it'll reset your like depression counter. Like honestly, it like just thinking about that is something. Like when I told you a couple of videos ago, find your why. If you are in those really depressed situations, that is a part of your why. Just try to imagine what it's going to be like for those people that birthed you, that your true family, even if they don't reach out that often. Think how that'll affect them having to put you in the ground.
Until the night I see my dog die. Yeah. About a foot away from me. Brains blowed all over the wall, man. You couldn't imagine this shit, but listen. Look. Couple of jits, couple of guns, right? Just fucking around, fucking with one, right? 12 gauge, we ain't know it was loaded. Suddenly it went off and the barrel exploded. I started screaming your name, but you did not know it. The slug it into your brain, and then the blood just kept pouring. To me, this is a memory. To them, it's just horror. I ran outside, I called the police, and I just stood on the porch.
Oh my gosh. I know I said I wasn't going to be funny. I was going to try to be sentimental. But what? Why? What is wrong with y'all? This is why they be saying that you can take y'all guns, right? Why are you playing? And you don't say, don't, I don't want anybody to come and say something, oh, I'm safe with mine. It's not every. You've done something. Nobody is 100% safely treated a weapon throughout their whole life. You've done something that had it been loaded, or had you accidentally squeezed a little too hard, that would have went off, either shot somebody or killed somebody. Or maybe thankfully enough, you were angling in the wrong direction, but if you were pointing in the right direction, it would have killed somebody. So why? Why are we playing with a 12 gauge in the house, whipping it around? We didn't know it was loaded. First of all, if it's your gun, how did you not know it was loaded? Secondly, and I'm not about to just sit there and swing a 12 gauge. I mean, I know they weren't doing that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to just sit here and play with the gun in my house. Like, The only reason I would ever get a gun would be for self-defense anyway. Sure, I might look at it, mess around with it, like holding it type stuff. But I'm not about to swing it around, pass it back and forth, throw that bit in the air, like anything that might accidentally set it off. Hey, I'm always making sure I take I would have a pistol, obviously, that's what I'm saying. I always take the clip out. But like for a shotgun, for a shotgun especially, I'm not touching that thing unless I have to. Like if I'm cleaning it or if I'm using it. Other than those two things, that thing does not need to be touched. I don't care if it's collecting dust. I'll dust it every week. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Not being touched. The pistol, on the other hand, maybe. I might handle it a little bit every now and again. Just get a feel for it. I wouldn't point it at anything that is an animate object. So mainly just the floor. Because also bullets can, come down. So we're not going to aim it at the sky, aiming at the floor. Or I'm at a gun range, shooting. Maybe I'm in the backyard shooting in the woods or something. But yeah, no, like those things really are not to be played with, bro. Like, my boy. I wonder how. I guess we're out here. I wonder how it's gonna play out. Though, like, you get a charge for that? I mean, obviously that's 100% accident. Like, let's think about it. Like, morally right. Like, I know his family's probably mad, but like, you gotta think about it. Like, they were just being two immature kids, thinking that they could play with it because it wasn't loaded. I don't think anybody's at fault for that. Like, no, there was no intent, no reasoning behind it. It just accidentally went off. You gotta chalk that one up to the gun. And I guess you could say natural selection.
I heard the sirens, seen the lights, but I was numb. I didn't speak when they ran up pulling their guns. I just dropped to my knees and started crying. Said my best friend just died, and then I pointed inside. Then of course, when they questioned me, I lied. But in the end, I still got charged with manslaughter, homicide. I wish that I could tell you this was fiction, but it's not. Since I've been home from prison, music's the only thing I got. Slaughter me and slander me, I don't give a fuck. Man, that don't hurt me at all. Nah. Like, y'all have no idea what the my life consisted of, and I don't know the.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like, you really thought you're gonna lie out of that. They obviously they're gonna do an autopsy and be like, okay, so the bullet came from this direction. This was clearly shot by somebody else because it's gonna be a shotgun. He ain't holding that shotgun like this. So they would have knew that somebody else did pull the trigger, and especially if you lied the first time, there's no saving at that point. If he had just told the truth, he might have got a lighter sentence. But I mean, he still is relatively young and while he's doing this video, so maybe he didn't get that much time. What's manslaughter in, like 5 to 8 years or 8 to 13, something like that.
It's too real to be fake. You feel me? Like, man, if I can say one thing, it'd be don't let your past determine your future.
Hey, that's real stuff though. To put your friend right there though is in the memory of. I love that. But hey, really good song though. Really, I feel like there's a lot of messages and inspiration to take out of this. Hey, the very last thing he said: do not let your past define your future. Or I'm pretty sure that's what he said. I might be paraphrasing, but your past does not define you. Everybody makes mistakes. We all have demons in our closet, skeletons in our closet. It's okay. It's okay. There's things that I've done that I don't want anybody to know. There's things that y'all have done that you don't want anybody to know. And if they would ever come to light, probably be a similar situation. But at the end of the day, it's very tough to live a 100% perfect life. That's why only one person has done it. Just gonna say. So it is very, very understandable and relatable when things happen. I don't think I would ever look at him in a negative light, honestly. Like, that was 100% a complete accident. And the thing as a kid, obviously, like I said, I just messing with your mental. There's nothing he could have done. Even if he did get out there and try to fight, he's 8. He would have got beasted and feasted on, bro. Like, it's like you gotta hold some of those accountabilities to ourselves. It's like, yes, we want to protect that person too, but it's like, realistically, if I had been in that situation, would I have done anything? Or would I have just been clapped up right next to him? Like, he would have got beasted and feasted on, and they would have went back to her. Like, it might have been better that he was stuck in the room, so he could just call the police and have them come handle it, rather than just running out there trying to beat up on his thigh, because he probably like yay high, so he out there punching thigh meat. He probably would have ignored you and still kept beating up on your moms until she was out, and then he would have came and got you. Like, so things happen for a set reason. You weren't able to get out there to help because you were meant to call the police. In all reality, you didn't commit your suicide. Your mom got out there in time to save you because you had a story to tell and people to inspire. You didn't know you were gonna write this song. You didn't know it would blow up like this. Or at least that kid didn't when he was about to hang his neck. But you made it through. When you shot your friend, you didn't know you were going to make it out of that situation. You didn't know where you were about to go. You were scared. You were in jail. You didn't know what was about to happen. You told your story and inspired millions. Things happen for a reason. You're meant to do certain things, and people go through different hardships to spread around different messages and to help everybody. We are all stepping stones for each other. Somebody has to fail and go through trials and tribulations so that somebody else doesn't have to. But that same person that doesn't have to goes through a different set of trials and tribulations so somebody else doesn't have to. And it's a circle of life in more ways than just life, death, resurrection. It's a circle of life of trials, tribulations, success, trials, tribulations, success. So there are different stories to tell. I would say, word of advice for the day, go find a random stranger and ask about his hardships and learn from it. That's what we should all do once a day or once a week, maybe once a month, maybe once a week, 2 months, once a month. Find a random stranger and just, hey, what have you gone through your life? What was your hardest stepping stone? What was your hardest building block? You know, even go into like the successful people. Like you're at work one day and you're just like not having anything to do real quick. You have a quick moment. Go talk to your boss. Hey, I see you own this and that, and you own you're the manager of this specific store, or you're the CEO if you work in corporate. What was your hardest stepping stone to get to this point? Learn from it, because who knows? You learning that lesson might put you in their seat in about a year or two. All about networking, all about being smart, and all about learning from each other. Now I get off my real spiel, man. We can get to this all though. It was heat, bro. It's fire. I wouldn't download it, so I gotta cap it out of the 7, or cap it out of. We'll give it a 7.9 out of 10. I'll just cap it there because it's not something I would download, but it's a very fire song. Let me know what you guys would give it down below. Guys, pass the trash on a scale of 0 to 10. And let your boy know what you guys are feeling, man. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe as well on your way out. If you enjoyed my message, the video, I'm right to the video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's me, boy, shot too smooth. I keep back Avatar Leo. I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. I'm gone. Peace.